On Cultural Agenda is internationally renowned visual artist Andy Ballantyne. He'll be talking to us about the impact of the visual arts, how painting has helped to shape the visual arts landscape in Jamaica. Thanks for joining us this evening.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so you were telling me that your style has changed. There was a time when we think of Andy Ballantyne and it's Jamaican foods.
And sweet supper and stuff like that, yeah. Yeah,
so what's your style right now?
No, I don't really have a style. I don't think as an artist you're supposed to have a style. You can have a technique, but not a style. You can have a techniques like that where people know that is you sign this way or your color blend this way, but I don't think you should have a style per se.
So you're doing everything.
That's my own opinion.
So you're doing portraits?
Yeah, portrait, landscape, still life, impressionist, you name it, all over.
How was painting changed Jamaica? What's the, how has that made an impact on our society?
Well, for me, I can speak for me. I think art is the closest thing to God. When I say that, meaning that the Creator created we and created the land and everything, and artist is the closest thing that can create something that near to what the Creator already created before. I'm not, because it's man create camera. So when them say time is the master, I think that man is the master, not time. So I think for me, art is a gateway for everyone, not just people who from low community, but for everybody.
As a creative, right, what do you seek to inspire in terms of your works? What message are you bringing across in your pieces?
Just one word, love. You understand? For me, it's just love. Because art, as an artist, I don't think as an artist you can have a certain type. You have artists who kind of behave a way, but they maybe get distracted. But I think if you want to be a real artist, your mind have to clean, your meditation and everything, basically it have to clean because it's going to show in your work.
Do you think our art gets the respect internationally currently? Because I know you have certain master painters like Barrington Watson, for example,
right.
who is respected all over the world. I saw a piece of his all the way in California. But currently, do you think we're still getting that level of respect?
Yeah, all right, put it like this. Jamaica don't shout at artists. We shout at people who willing to go there in the wilderness, nude and come up back in a suit. That's what we shout of. So we don't shout of artists, but for me, a lot of artists not going to step outside them comfort zone, and them comfort zone is like a lot of craft shows and stuff like that, and them don't want to invest in them own self. I spent 700,000 go to Europe, you understand, just to be in one of the greatest shows in the world, which is the Art Basel. You understand? And when I received the invitation, I said, well, I'm not going to turn down this. I don't know anyone in Europe, but go there and doors open. So we don't shout of talent, we shout of people who willing to make the step.
Let's talk a little bit about Jamaican art. What's your impression of the Jamaican style, the demand for Jamaican art?
I think it's great and beautiful because as somebody who travel a lot and do a lot of show overseas, I think we have a market, but what holding back us now as artists is like people who think they are the one who control the art game. They don't want to excel above them comfort zone. So they just want to have a little space, put some work in there, and artists bring it, them days are done.
Is there a sort of Jamaican style?
We have Jamaican style because when you look at like some work, you can tell it's a Jamaican artist. There are certain signature touch to it.
Like what?
Like the colors. European artists say we kill color because we mix it. Them just throw it on the canvas, raw. But we mix it and we define it and make it speak. You understand? So we have our own touch. And I just think that as an artist, I can say this. I think the government need to support artists more because when I travel and do a lot of shows, a lot of time, we are the one who them looking for, the Jamaican artists. And artists is there that making millions. But people don't want to see them. Them come from there. They want some of the Jamaica vibe and all these
So
things.
what kinds of support you're looking at?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not
They
looking
say the government needs
to support
there.
artists,
But
not just on the ball in time. I mean that, all right, we have a school, the Jamaica Art School. And
that's the one at Edna Manning.
right, but when you leave there's nothing more for you. You understand? And then now when you get like a certain invitation like from Europe and you can finance that, the government, which is Chase Fund, when you go there, Chase Fund turn you away. But when you go there and you come back with all of these awards and stuff, they say, oh, he's a Jamaican artist. So I think them should open an avenue for artists to excel in what they do and give them that support. That is for me. You understand? Because when you look at it, everybody gets support except visual artists. The performing artists get support. I can call some name, but I'm not going to. And the ballers get support, but visual artists don't get support. And when you go to the UN, when you look in the UN, it's Jamaican artwork you see spread all over the place.
You have a piece at the UN now?
I have a piece at the UN. So I can, and Webster Campbell have piece at the UN. A lot of artists have piece at the UN. We have a lot of great artists here. But we don't give them the push. Like galleries don't push Jamaican artists to become an international artist. They push it to become a gallery artist. You understand? Which most galleries are going to burn me for that right now. Like they're going to say, okay, Valentine shouldn't say that. But it's a reality. Because in Jamaican, in some instant, if they can't, if you're not somebody who kneel and pray, when I say kneel and pray, it means that you have a lot of people who think they're above doing business with small artists. So if you're not somebody who's going to kneel, they're not going to support you. So like somebody like Andy Valentine now who stand up and pray, lay down and pray, I don't kneel and pray, most of them not going to support me. But the thing about it, I don't need somebody to tell me that I'm a great artist. I believe in my own self and I open doors. Because if I knock on it and it don't open, me just kick it down.
Well, you've been trying to support some young artists from your old school.
I support a lot of artists, big, old, you name it. But I'm not the person, I'm not that type of person who's going to support it and spread it.
Let me just put this to you. I recently went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, and it took me at least about 2 hours to get inside, right? Because there was so much, everybody was so attracted to art. And when we got inside, we saw a host of different paintings. What do we need to do as a people to ensure that we see some of our pieces on that world stage?
What we need to do is change the policy of the Jamaica, just change the policy of the big gallery downtown that is a major gallery or the mother of the gallery, of all galleries. We need to change, you know, most of, like the National Gallery, as a young artist, you can't go in there unless you're ear grew up or you're dead. We need to change that. We need to have art walk. We need to bring art more in school. We need to have more campaign about art, educate people about art, make people, John Michel Basquiat sell a piece for 110 million. And him died from in the 80s. You understand? And we have people like Barrington Watson who leave Jamaica, go study and come back, and him sell work. But when we look at it, Barrington Watson them time is Barrington Watson time. Now it's our time. We're young, we don't want people to hold in a cage. You understand? We need Jamaica to free up. Make artists can go there and express themselves and express them talent, and them market it where we have not just tourists come buy craft where them ship down from China, but buy the real craft and make in Jamaica.
Well, you have a special project for Back to School. Will you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's not a special project. It's like what everybody do. So I wouldn't say it's a special project, but it's just for giving back to basic. I used to give to high school, but you know them youth, they kind of hard for curve. So I think that I work with the younger youth, like from 6, you go up and stuff like that, 4. So my thing now, I've been doing this from 2003. So I just do it yesterday. So I'm giving back to 2 schools. I'm giving back to Dumbolin Basic School. We're going to, everybody who I go to that school, every youth who I go to school, we're going to give them book, bags, you name it, everything. And then we're going to have a next back to school Monday, which is George Edley in Kingston. We're going to give bags, book, and everything same way. Because I remember when I used to ask people for help back in the days, nobody never wanted to give me help. So when I reached the stage, I said to myself, if I don't help people who I see need help, that means I'm never better than the people that will never want to help me. You understand? Just simple. But one of the things I want to say, I've traveled a lot, and I've never run into a Jamaican artist, fine artist, going to a show or coming from a show. So I'm just saying this to Jamaican artists. We need to change that. We need to change that. You need to go out there, not just depending on some show I keep every August or something. Go out there, knock on doors. You have good work. We are the best artists in the world. We are. So just go out there and knock, and it will open.
Andy Valentine, thanks so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.